Bonjour tout le monde, comment ça va? Today we are going to see how to use the subjunctive to express obligation and necessity. So if you remember, we already seen that if you want to say that it's necessary to do something, you can use the expression il faut. And then you are going to use an infinitive. Il faut étudier, which means it's necessary to study or one must study. But as you notice here, when you say it's necessary to study, il faut étudier, it is a broad statement that you're making. It's a general statement. On the contrary, when you say il faut que tu étudies, it's necessary that you study or you must study. You are telling someone to study. It's not a broad statement. So in those cases, you must use the subjunctive to express that necessity, but to someone, right? It's not a broad statement anymore. So you still use il faut, but then que tu étudies subjunctive. And you notice here that you have two different subjects, two different verbs, but those two verbs are conjugated and you have two different subjects. Very important because in the broad statement you just have il faut and then an infinitive. So that would mean it's necessary that you study, or you can also say you must study. In the other sentence here, il est nécessaire de poursuivre ses études or il est essentiel de poursuivre ses études. Here too, you can use this expression to express necessity, obligation. Il est essentiel de, and then you will use an infinitive. But here too, it's necessary, it's essential to pursue one's study. We can see here that it's a general statement that you are making as well. When you want to talk about something that is more personal to someone or express what you must do, you will use again the subjunctive. Il est nécessaire, il est essentiel que je poursuive, subjunctive, mes études. It's necessary, it's essential that I pursue my study. Here, it's totally different. You're not expressing a general comment, you are really talking about what you should do, right? So, well, what you must do here. So, here again, you have il, the impersonal expression, but then you have the je here. So again, notice that to use the subjunctive, you have to make a personal comment, not a general statement, and you must have two different subjects, il and tu in the first sentence, il and je, and then you will use now the subjunctive. Otherwise, when you want to make a broad statement, you will use the same expression in same impersonal expression, but you will use the infinitive, not the subjunctive. So let's say the third example. Il est important de bien manger. It's important to eat well. Here too, we're making a general statement. To be healthy, it's important to eat well. General statement. Il est important de, a impersonal expression followed by the infinitive. On the contrary, if you want to say il est important que nous mangions bien, it's important that we eat well. Now it's not a general statement any longer. Now you are expressing an opinion. You are saying to someone or people that they must do something, right? So, il est important que nous mangions. Again, notice the two different subjects here, and in that case, you will use the subjunctive que nous mangions. So, when you want to do in those cases for using the subjunctive with obligation and necessity, when you want to make a broad statement, use the impersonal expression il faut, il est nécessaire de, il est important de, followed by the infinitive would be here and here and here. On the contrary, what you want if you when you want to say to someone to do something that this person must do something, and it can be yourself, je, you will use the impersonal expression followed by que and the subjunctive, and you will need two different subjects. Notice well here, two different subjects to be able to use the subjunctive. So two clauses when you use the subjunctive here. One here would be impersonal. The second clause you will use the subject that you need to and the subjunctive. Voilà, merci beaucoup. I hope it helps. Au revoir, à bientôt.